Testing, testing.
Hey, David.
Hello, Arthur. Greetings. How are you?
Doing really good, thanks. And about you?
Very good. All set. So 40 is a nice turnout. How does that compare to your usual turnouts?
It's about 30% above average.
Cool.
So yeah, there's 45 now. And the challenge has been the Zoom fatigue.
Mhm.
Because if we get 20 of those 45 to show up, or 25, because people RSVP because they're interested, and then they get distracted or go to the bathroom or cook dinner for their wife or something,
Mhm.
even though they're authentically interested, people get distracted. So this
So who was Andrew? So who was Andrew Bavelis?
oh
Your son?
no, that's my middle name.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Question. Can actually, my daughter Lauren is going to join us as well as a presenter to answer questions. She's our real estate person. So could I ask you to send her a presenter invite also?
Yeah,
Can you
just
add
send
that
me
in?
an email with her name.
I just
and her
did.
email
I
address.
just did.
Okay. Okay, let me
I
see.
sent it to the
Bavelis.
AAB at Family Office.
Okay, that's helpful. Hold on. There it is. I see it. Okay, this is simple. Just tell her to look in her spam box because it comes directly from.
Got it.
Gonna see if I can
Right.
do it right now. I actually know how to do this. Just hang on. Takes a minute. Bless you.
Thank you.
Is she gonna share the screen?
No, I'm the only screen sharer.
Okay. She will also have screen sharing because it's kind of automatic, but I was just wondering,
That's okay.
you want to go ahead and try to share your screen and see if that works?
Sorry,
Bless you.
allergy season.
Is it .co or .com for Lauren?
.co, C-O.
Okay, good.
All right, can you see that?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm on another page. So she should have it in her inbox now. If she doesn't, let me know.
Right.
Hang on.
Okay.
No. So yeah, that's perfect. Is that the building?
That's the building. It is here. I'll show you the exact building. Here's the 16 Bennett Street. It's actually a very cool building. And so, wait, you're in where are you? You in Manhattan or you in Westchester?
Right now I'm in Florida, but I live in Manhattan, right?
Manhattan. So, yeah, those of us in Manhattan don't often think about, Jersey or Jersey City. But if you take a look at the location here, it's actually friggin' cool. It is literally, this property is 28 minutes by bike, including a ferry from the World Trade Center, and less than 20 minutes by car from Newark Airport.
So I have a bunch of friends who had to decide whether to go to Long Island, Westchester, or New Jersey because they had kids. Even
okay, hold on a sec. Hold on one second. Do you know if a thing was sent to Ray Khan, the other name I gave you as a presenter, because he can't seem to find it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we might have missed that. So just send it. There it is, Raymond Khan.
Okay, good. Okay,
I got him.
got it.
Same thing. This is why we do this 15 minutes ahead of time, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll hop in and answer the question.
Ah, oh,
So
Lauren.
for people making that decision, right? At the end of the day, the New Jersey waterfront is a difference in kind from everything else because it gives you New Jersey Transit and the PATH train, plus the ferry system
And the
that is
ferry, yeah.
wildly subsidized,
Yeah.
right? And so the result is it is more convenient to get to than most of Brooklyn.
Yep.
Right. And so for people facing that exact decision of, oh, I have children, right? Which of the three, right? I'd probably rank it, New Jersey waterfront at the top and the rest of New Jersey at the bottom, with Long Island and Westchester in the middle.
Yeah.
But the New Jersey waterfront, this little peninsula, this spit in between, Newark and Manhattan, is a difference in kind from everything else. You pay 5% less taxes, less income tax the minute you go there. Plus you've got a golf course you can walk to, right? A stunning waterfront with the best views of New York City.
It is really
available.
impressive. Yeah.
I mean, it is, so here, this is actually a view from the roof. If you're on the right-hand side there, you can see Manhattan, right? You're looking at Manhattan from this enormous roof deck. I am obviously a dyed-in-the-wool Manhattanite, and Jersey is not exactly my natural habitat. But when we went to look at this building, I wanted to move in. I mean, the apartments are these stunning, enormous. I mean, they're brand new apartments. This is a 1,600 square foot 3-bedroom. I mean, this is like mind-boggling, right? And it's brand new, so it's got like I was cracking up because it had something like 12 outlets on the counter for all your appliances, your coffee maker, and your cappuccino machine, and so on and so forth. The thing is pre-wired for fiber, pre-wired for Ethernet within the apartment.
Makes
so
life a lot easier.
It does, and it's and it's you got this amazing location over there. Which I had never occurred to me. I mean, Jersey City, I think maybe the Hoboken Clam House or something, or that's even Hoboken, right? But I mean, here,
since we're here early, let me share one quick photo. Right,
sure,
that we didn't put into our presentation, but only because that's the 9th hole of the golf course that's walking distance from 16 Bennett. Comes right off of that, right?
Whoa.
And at night, it's gorgeous.
What golf course is that?
Yeah, what golf course is that?
There are two. There's the Jefferson Park, which is the public one, and then Liberty State Park. So there are actually 2 golf courses next to 16 Bennett. One of them is a 8-minute walk away.
Yeah. So Liberty was the sort of the private golf course where you didn't have to go to Westchester, and Scaramucci used to fly the helicopter over all the time and play 19 holes and then come back because he lived in Long Island. I can't tell you how many times I just don't have 6 hours to play golf anymore. I used to play 3 times, not that you care what I was doing, but I just found myself safely ensconced in Manhattan and happy to be there. So I think this is going to, accidentally or smartly, so David, as you normally have done, probably picked a good time to do this because people need comfortable places to work out of if they're not going to run to the office, right?
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. And as a matter of fact, what we have done is to create to actually lease it now, not to sell for the investment, but to handle the leasing. We had Marilyn Segrove, one of the great interior designers in New York, create a whole series of renderings of post-pandemic living. And we designed the entire, so the building has got latch for the door things, butterfly MX for the front door and for showing in keyless entry, and a package delivery locker. And, this is the perfect, I mean, you could not design a more perfect post-pandemic living, work operation. So here I want to introduce you to Ray. So Ray Kahn is our third. Ray, this is Arthur Pavelis.
Arthur, how are you? Thanks for having us.
Arthur.
Very nice.
So Ray is the paterfamilias here of Family Office Insights, old friend, and running now this family office empire. Ray Kahn is the head of our U.S. markets, and therefore, because he is the licensed securities broker, and this is a securities sale instead of a real estate sale, he's the only one who can literally talk about this, which is why I'm going to start off about the whole platform and then turn it over to Ray to talk about the actual building itself. And Lauren, who happens to be my daughter and my privilege, is our real estate expert. She runs our head of our real estate stuff, so she'll be around to answer questions as well.
Awesome.
So this is way. So they were Ray and Lauren, Arthur were saying that they've got 45 people registered so far, which is more than they usually have, which is
Fantastic.
great. And you might
There's a
get
delta.
25 or 30.
Yeah, there's a delta between registrants and people who show up. Either way, you get all the information. to do the follow-up, but there's a little Zoom fatigue. People register and they just go, I'm just going to have a cup of coffee and sit out on the terrace or something. The couple of suggestions. One, I've known David for quite a long time, and he has a very precise and on point way of presenting. And I mean that in the most affectionate way. The thing I would suggest that we do after I do a short introduction, a little Zoom housekeeping, kill about 5 minutes. And not that your backgrounds are fodder for killing time, but it's something that they can find somewhere else. And the reason why I say that is no matter what we do, even though we purposely do this at 2:15, so it's not on the hour, so we're not fighting with somebody trying to hurry up and get off another phone call, that people come in late, right? So we'll have a bunch of people on time in the waiting room, and when I click the button, they'll populate, but it takes another 5 minutes for the other people to linger in. So the first few minutes, I would just do some stuff that it's okay if somebody misses. And then the very next thing I would do, if I were you, is give a frame out of what you're doing, like bullet points. Okay, here's what we're doing. Here's very briefly, so people have a reference points to start out your presentation. And however you want to do is fine. And the last recommendation I have is I'm going to be watching the chat box in the Q&A and encouraging people to ask questions as we go along, at least submit them. And then if it's okay with you, Ray, I will interrupt your presentation just because we want to catalyze engagement and start asking some questions that I either think of or that people are asking, because that catalyzes other people thinking and asking questions. And it's good to have that engagement.
Actually, you know what, Arthur, let me suggest that for this particular one, we let Ray, let us go through the thing, because the problem is it's a security sale, right? And so therefore we are so totally locked in with exactly what we can say and how to do it in that kind of sequence. So if you can hold the questions till the end, that'd be great.
Yeah. The only reason why I would object to that is not, I totally get it and it's totally fine, is that sometimes it falls flat at the end when everybody says, okay, you're done. I don't have any questions and I'm out of here. So, but that's the only reason. I totally get it.
So that gets to the next question, which is how long would it would be ideal for us to present? How long do you want us to talk?
If you're going to do it uninterrupted, even though I'm going to ask them to ask the questions in the chat while you're talking, and then we'll have perhaps a bunch of questions. Talk as long as you want. We've got an hour. So I just don't want to end up at the end and everybody's just like, okay, that's nice, I'll call you, right? That's all.
Great.
My intent is not to violate your obligations with regard to presentation of securities. It's just to catalyze engagement. That's the only.
No, I absolutely. But so I think on this one, even though that's usually the way I would do it, and because this is, by the way, our introductory pitch. So you have the honor, privilege, or curse of being the first place that anybody's actually seen this. So let's do it nonstop for the first one. Then we can always play it by ear.
Can I say that?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, that's why we're doing this. I mean, based on our relationship, this is the first time anybody is seeing this, and this is the initial unveiling.
Super. So it's 2:13. I have one quick thing, and we can talk about it later. So there's a family office that owns a platform called Context, which you probably know about. And Context is formerly a hedge fund dating conference where people would go, institutional investors go and, hear 10-minute pitches at a conference with lots of hedge fund people. And the family office that owns that founded Susquehanna, and Susquehanna was a market maker. And I'm gotten pretty close to them. And what I was thinking about and talking to them, in that you're going to need a market maker, right?
I would love to talk with them. We actually are in discussions with one right now who is sort of backing into it as a market maker. But if they are particularly interested in real estate and particularly interested in, this kind of market making for these kinds of things, that might be a great match. You would be doing us a great service.
So I'm not sure what their interest level is aside from they're willing to have a phone call. So
Yeah, they're interested. I can't speak to
absolutely
this,
worth a
but
phone
they're in everything. It's the Binghamton Six, is what they're known as, but they're so into besides market making, where they're still great at that, but they're in stuff with Howard, David. They just invested in
Yep.
Falcon X with Howard and B Capital, things like that.
super cool.
Cool.
So if that's helpful, it's, just a little step.
It'd be great.
Great.
All right. So, I'm going to record this unless you tell me not to. And,
No, go ahead and record it.
and we can do whatever you want with it. Post it, not post it. You'll get the file. You can edit it and send it back to us, and we'll put it on the Family Office Insights website. We just post it in its raw form because we don't own the skill set to edit stuff. I think
No,
we just
that's great.
Okay, here we go.
Perfect. Great.